Dear Class of 2020,
we entered the world after the difficult time of 9/11.
we graduate during a global pandemic.
No doubt these events will shape us.
We see beyond borders.
We savor the good.
We are there for one another.
Over 12 years of schooling, we would be tested as people.
We would learn how to spell.
Learn to share with others.
Learn how to act around other people.
Even learn the stupid quadratic formula.
And above all, we would make friends.
Take a trip back to 2007. You wake up and it's the first day of school.
We walk into kindergarten extremely nervous, not wanting to leave our parents' arms. Little did we know we were starting the most vital 12 years of our entire lives.
It all started with the talent show, where we were blessed with Austin's Taekwondo.
Luckily for us, we had an easy transition into first grade.
Miss Lehman moved from a kindergarten teacher to a first grade teacher with us.
But for some of us, first grade consisted of getting lost at the zoo. Jacob Eiler.
As for others, it was the memory of Landon throwing up strawberry milk and Fruit Loops.
Second grade brought us together with letting red balloons go at the stadium for Red Ribbon Week and going to the recycling plants.
Third grade yielded some of the best entrepreneurs in Hesston history, making us the future competitors we are today.
And of course, we can't forget when I came to town and stole every girl's heart.
Fourth grade is where we developed our love for books with the Sisters Grimm series.
Our final day of field day was one no one can forget.
Belly bumpers, balloon slingshot, and getting ice pops at the end of the day.
There's no way we could forget about our bubblegum Bart.
Our elementary school memories ended with a trip to Canopolis and us getting honored up to middle school.
Fifth grade brought many firsts, including buddies, RS, and lockers.
And most importantly, we took a trip to Halstead to learn about our changing bodies.
Let's just say Valida will have a special place in all of our hearts.
Sixth grade will always be filled with great memories from Misfits.
It also brought learning about history.
Who knew that Mesopotamia could be so interesting?
But let's not forget about Landon's 6th grade birthday party.
We concluded our year with a trip to the state building, and we were able to hike up all the way to the dome, but only a few of us could truly manage. 7th grade had many different highlights and firsts for us.
We had our first experience with school sports, dances, and Miss Crane.
7th grade science was taken to a whole new level with the timeout chair and evolution.
Who could forget academic exercise with Al Green, though?
Throwing dodgeballs as hard as we could at each other in the rec room is hard to beat.
Teachers made our 8th grade school year the best, even though we ran that school.
Thanks to Mr. Richardson, we had to get over touching a cow eyeball.
Thanks to Mr. Ryder, there was no tile in the academic exercise room where he fell through the ceiling during track season.
Because of Mr. Rewards, everyone knew the lyrics to Living on a Prayer.
And a final thanks to Mr. Woodward for putting the boys basketball team in timeout.
We ended our middle school careers always remembering to stay humble and kind.
Freshman year brought many more memories.
Mrs. Simpson got everyone hooked on cereal.
Senior Hirschberger brought Spanish to a whole new level, but no one can forget the day I left school because I thought the day was over.
Carter Funk became the town's most wanted artist with the release of Trap as a Hobby.
Since we had a year under our belt, we thought we all knew what we would be doing. Little did we know we had many more things to learn.
Some of us experienced Miss Preeb and her headaches, while others had Miss Johnson and her marker throwing.
We experienced Hesston High School's first ever baseball team.
And of course, we can't forget the solar eclipse, water testing in biology, and dissecting frogs. Or my mishap in the woodshop.
Junior year brought many successes.
Our girls 4x4 team won state. Robotics won state. We started our first FCCLA program, and FBLA continued to send people to nationals.
This year, we enjoyed our first year of prom together. And thanks to Hannah from Sweden, Friendsgiving became a thing.
And no matter how many times we passed the shower in Sibit's room, we never stopped wanting to pull it.
Senior year is one to remember.
Hey, Mr. Business, was that a long enough pause?
I flooded the bathroom, causing Chris to slip on his first day.
Homecoming week brought Lexi and I's dirty dancing rendition.
Mr. Broadfoot won the school election for president.
Mr. Peters will always be a fan of Taylor Swift, thanks to the volleyball team.
While we weren't able to finish our senior year out in school, we were still able to leave our mark on Hesston High School.
Safe to say that Hesston High School will never be the same without the class of 2020.
Not sorry, but thank you.
Thank you for the lessons learned.
The games played.
The shows completed.
The assignments turned in.
Thank you for the friendships gained.
The long nights and future decisions.
Thank you for allowing me to see what's really important in the world.
While our class in particular may have lost much, we can't deny how our eyes have been opened. We are a class that has persisted through the unthinkable.
We are here for one another.
Class of 2020, hear us one more time. We are strong.
We are class of 2020.
We are the 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 class of 2020.
We are class of 2020.
We are the 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 class of 2020. We are the class of 2020.
We are the class of 2020.
We are the class of 2020.
We are the class of 2020.
We are the class of 2020.
We are class of 2020.
We are the 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 class of 2020.
Right out here.
We are the class of 2020.
We are class of 2020.
We are the class of 2020.
We are the class of 2020.
We are the class. We are the class of 2020.
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 We are the class of 2020.